if you have any passion, any talent, and you want to talk about anything, this is the place where you can do it. If itna sa bhi doubt hai na dimag mein, karu ya na karu, the answer is always do it. You know, because yahan pe, this is where you can express yourself, you can speak your heart out, koi aapko judge nahi karega. Theek hai, this is a safe space. So whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to showcase, your talent, anything, this is the place to be. So agar aap koi bhi yahan pe doubt hai na jiske dimag mein, वो निकाल दें. Even if you haven't signed up, if you get, अगर आपको यहाँ पे बैठे-बैठे आपको inspiration आ जाए, you are more than welcome to come here and say whatever, do whatever, because this is a place where we are all ears and we want to encourage you to speak out your thoughts. All right. So can I hear another round of applause, guys? I need some energy in this room. Amazing. और इसी तरह हर participant को हमने welcome करना है, and after they're done, इसी energy से हमें उनके लिए तालियां बजानी है, ठीक है? Because it takes guts to come here and perform in front of an audience. Because I know यहाँ पे कोई भी professional नहीं है. Everybody is passionate about what they're talking about, what they're doing. Nobody is like a big professional. तो हमें सबको जो है ना बहुत ज़्यादा तालियां हमें देनी होंगी, ठीक है? Awesome. So सबसे पहले I would like to welcome Noor Mandiwala, and I hope I'm pronouncing your surname correctly. And she has a poetry that she's written about feminism. So can we have a huge round of applause for Noor? Noor, would you like to hold the mic or would you like the stand? That mic is ready. So give it up for Noor one more time, guys.
Hi, can everyone hear me? Thank you, Amtul. I've written a piece. It's a little bit of a twist. Basically, I became a khala last month for the first time. So it's about a little bit about motherhood and feminism within motherhood. So I hope you guys enjoy it. 3 weeks ago, my sister gave birth to a baby girl. When she told me she was pregnant last year, I felt alongside my absolute joy, a slight underpinning, almost laced with a little bit of fear. Kind of like when you can taste when somebody's laced your drink. I thought, what an awful thing to do. What an awful thing to bring another woman into this world. I asked her, I said, aren't you afraid bringing a child into this mess that we've made? And at that point, I finally realized that's probably why my parents don't sleep until I come home at night. And when I don't answer their phone call on the first ring, the second ring, the third ring, they go into this huge frenzy fright. Sis, I said, I don't know how you're going to do this. And she looked at me and said, listen, don't be afraid. Look at the castles we've built out of the mess that they've made. It may not feel like it, but we live in the right time, where we have Aishas, Sharmeen, Saidas, and women all across the front line. Sis, can't you see we're about to enter our prime? Those who came before us fought so that we can mold the world to our own design. You and I, she said, we're going to teach this little one how to fight. And she's going to look at both of us to tell her what's right. She's going to look at me and she's going to realize just because you're small doesn't mean that you lose your might. And she's going to look at you to know that she can stand proud and tall. No bedtime stories of damsels in distress. She's going to be her own damn knight. They say it takes a village to raise a child. She holds my hand tight and smiles. Don't worry. In our village, she'll run free and she'll run wild. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Noor. Can I hear some more noise, guys? That was amazing. Thank you. It was so relevant, right? Like, I love what you wrote. It resonated, I think, with me so much because I am also married and I always ask my husband, should we have kids? I'm not sure. So it was so relevant. Thank you so much. And what did you guys think, by the way? Talu ke bagair, I want some words. What did you guys think of this? Because I definitely related to it a lot. Because, you know, we always wonder ke, is dunya mein, how will kids grow up? What will we teach them? What are they learning? What are they going to pick? Like, it's a thought that's always on my mind, at least. But I want to hear from you guys. Any couple of words, anybody can say what it made you feel And what did you think of this piece of poetry? Anybody, anything? Anybody related to it on any level? किसी ने relate नहीं किया, किसी के बच्चे नहीं किया? Exactly. Especially in a desi household.
दुनिया में हमें जब चेंज लाना हो ना तो वो हम जब हमारे घर में एक बच्चा आ जाए ना तो वो चेंज हम उस बच्चे के थ्रू ला सकते हैं तो उससे हमें डरना नहीं चाहिए तो everyone should bring kids on.
Amazing, thank you. That I think that was a very insightful, thing to say. कि yeah, we can bring change with every little life that comes into this world, and हम सब मिलके जो भी उसको सिखाएंगे पढ़ाएंगे, it's gonna go out into the world and probably make an impact, right? All right. So next up we have Sabrina Rose, who is going to do some poetry in Urdu. And she wants to talk about hope, what the world is going through, what Pakistan is going through, हमारे हालात क्या है, हम कैसे उनको बेहतर कर सकते हैं. So she will talk about all of that in a beautiful Urdu poetry. So can I hear some noise for Sabrina?
Hello, my name is Sabrina. I'm a writer and a poet. So basically, I wrote this piece somewhere around last year when I was just, reflecting upon my life and I had this really shitty job. So just the effects of capitalism and how it, drifts us away from like the smaller and happier moments of our life, the simpler moments which I think we should appreciate. So टाइटल है पोएम का आर्जी फितूर. ख्वाहिशों की भीड़ में हसरतों के आगे मजबूर हैं, मंजिलें अभी दूर हैं पर दिल को तू बागी रख. ये सब आर्जी फितूर है, ये सब आर्जी फितूर है. किस बात का तुझे गरूर है, तेरा वजूद इन सब से कहीं ज़्यादा मकबूल है. ना जाने किस कामयाबी को लेके हम मशगूल हैं, ना जाने किस कामयाबी को लेके हम मशगूल हैं. जो पल भर का सुकून है, समझ जाना उसी से ज़िंदा तेरा खून है, उसी से ज़िंदा तेरा खून है. काश ये दौड़ इख्तिताम तक आ जाए, जिंदगी से ये खौफ का अक्स मिट जाए. इंसान मुश्किल में घिरा है, इंसान मुश्किल में घिरा है. इस घुमान को सर पे लिए फिर रहा है कि भागते रहना है. जिंदगी के लिए वक्त कहाँ बचा है, जिंदगी के लिए वक्त नहीं बचा है. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much, Sabrina. That was beautiful. And कैसा लगा आप लोग को? More noise, come on! We gotta encourage each other. देखिए मैं हमेशा ये कहती हूँ कि जब भी कोई शो होता है ना, it's not a one-way street. It's not like कि जो stage पे है बस वही, they're just giving and you just taking and taking. This is not a toxic relationship. This is a two-way street. Okay? So we gotta give some, you gotta give some. ठीक है? Give and take होता है. तो इसीलिए छोटी सी activity होगी. This side is gonna say Ral and this side will say Mil, as you can see it at the back. ठीक है? बहुत easy है. बहुत easy. पीछे भी लिखा हुआ है. ठीक है? When I point to you, this side will say awesome, and this side Mil. जोर से guys, energy. I want energy in this room. All right, let's start. Ral. And together. Amazing. Thank you guys. और इसी energy के साथ we have the next performer who is Saad Khan and he's got some rap skills guys. So yeah, let's give it up for Saad. हमने सुनी poetry English में, हमने सुनी उर्दू में और अब हम सुनेंगे कुछ rap. So Saad, let's give it up for Saad guys. Come on, can I have some noise? Awesome. we're just setting it up, guys. बिल्कुल इतनी hype के बाद इतनी खामोशी हो गई है, like क्या हो रहा है? But yeah, we're just setting up the music for him because Saad doesn't come slow.
Yeah. Saad Khan in the house, man. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. This is Mohammad Saad Khan, and I'm a professional rapper, and I'm a songwriter and a composer and a producer. So I've been doing rap for around 3 years, and I am just looking for the opportunity to express my rap. So basically आज मैं अपना ओरिजिनल गाना सुनाने जा रहा हूँ आपको, जो basically unreleased song है. I've prepared this song for the 23rd March. It's called Pakistan Day. So bring it on. से हसी मुस्लिम मिल्लत की पहचान ख्वाबे इकबाल की ताबीर कायद की मेहनत का सिला बड़ी कुर्बानियों से मिला हम सब को मिला है एक अमन का किला कायद की मेहनत का सिला बड़ी कुर्बानियों से मिला हम सब को मिला है एक अमन का किला ये है वो मुल्क जिसकी कोई मिसाल नहीं ये है वो घर जिसमें रहते हैं सब चार भाई ये है समंदर जो रखे सबको साथ भी ये है चिराग जिससे रोशन जहां आज भी प्यारो मोहब्बत है पैगाम हमारा एक दूजे की मदद करना काम हमारा रखते हैं दर्द और दे दे दिलासा हमेशा है हासिल देने को सहारा पाकिस्तान हमारा पाकिस्तान ये है जान जिंदगी की है ये जान यही है दिल जिसमें खुशियां है तमाम पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद पाकिस्तान पाकिस्तान हमारा पाकिस्तान ये है जान जिंदगी की है ये जान यही है दिल जिसमें खुशियां है तमाम पाकिस्तान पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद सर सैयद अहमद खान ने दिया ये शऊर कि लिखना पढ़ना खूब और करना ना गुरूर न रहना तुम फजूल करना मंजिल अबूर यही है रास्ता और कामयाबी है दूर मुसलमानों को थी आस और जज्बा भरपूर हक के खातिर लड़ते थे वो खूब था यकीन के मिलेगी मंजिल उसकी जात से था ताल्लुक जिसके सब मशहूर पाकिस्तान हमारा पाकिस्तान ये है जान जिंदगी की है ये जान यही है दिल जिसमें खुशियां है तमाम पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद पाकिस्तान कराची लाहौर कोयटा इस्लामाबाद सक्कर पेशावर मुल्तान कोहाट हैदराबाद अब गूंजे ये आवाज हर मोहल्ला और मकान पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद एक है अपनी पहचान एक जैसे खानदान देते अमन का पैगाम देते खुशी का पैगाम नहीं है किसी से कम फौलादी जज्बे हैं अमाम दिल है मिसले समंदर हमें 22 करोड़ अवाम यहाँ बहते हैं दरिया आबे चश्मे हजार कलम है उड़ से जैसे जेठू के बाहर अरमान है ऐसे जैसे छूते आसमान ये है जन्नत की मानेंगे हसीन गोलिस्तान तू है माजरी जबान लाके शीरी बेमिसाल मिजाज में सोजो कमाल इज्जत करते दिल से हर बार शाहीन सी है अपनी उड़ा मुल्तान से लेकर मुजफ्फराबाद कब सी है अपनी ये चाह दुश्मन को कर दे जो बेहाल शेर सी है ये ललका जिससे है दुश्मन हल्का सारी साजिशें हैं बर्बाद जाकार है अपनी आफत चढ़ता सूरज लाजवाल मिट्टी में अजमत हजार ये पाकिस्तान हमारा पाकिस्तान ये है जान जिंदगी की है ये जान यही है दिल जिसमें खुशियां है तमाम पाकिस्तान पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद पाकिस्तान हमारा पाकिस्तान ये है जान जिंदगी की है ये जान यही है दिल जिसमें खुशियां है तमाम जिंदाबाद पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद थैंक यू so cut it. Assalamu alaikum. So you can follow me on Instagram and YouTube as my username is saadkhan.music. You can support me on Instagram and you can check all the crazy stuff which I've been making along these 3 years. Okay, saadkhan.music and if anyone follows me, I'll follow them back. Okay, so thank you.
Loved it, bhai. Youngsters who? We have Saad Khan in the house. Give it up for Saad Khan, guys. And I love that he made a promise. आप मुझे follow करेंगे, मैं आपको follow back करूँगा. You know, that's the equal partnership that he's promising us. I love that. Thank you so much, Saad. That was so energizing. Are you all energized? I think that really pumped me up. Okay, so next up we have Dr. Aisha Zulfikar, who will be talking about, people with different abilities, because everybody is unique, everybody is different, and she has somebody here with us who's very special, and we will see why, and she will talk about that. So give it up for Dr. Aisha.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Aisha Zulfikar. Okay, sorry. So this is Dr. Aisha Zulfikar, and I am Chief Medical Officer and Director of Bionics. And we at Bionics are providing, the most advanced AI-powered bionic limbs, the one like Hamza is wearing. Hamza, can you show it? So we are creating the next human evolution with the latest technology. So as a doctor sitting in bionics, I receive so many patients, with the limb differences, with different disabilities. So they come and they tell me their stories and they tell me the challenges they face in their life. So I would like to talk about some challenges that people face. जैसे कि बहुत सारे लोग आते हैं, वो बताते हैं कि वो बच्चे जब पैदा होते हैं, especially the female child, तो लोग उनको जो है ना वो छोड़ देते हैं orphanages वगैरह में कि वो लड़की है, उसका हाथ नहीं है, उसकी शादी कैसे होगी, कौन उसे शादी करेगा, तो दे फील अ बर्डन, तो उनको वो छोड़ देते हैं ऑर्फनेज वगैरह में. और ऐसे ही कुछ ख़वातीन आती हैं, वो अपनी स्टोरीज़ बताती हैं कि कैसे जब उनको एक्सीडेंट होता है, उनके कोई लिम्ब जो है वो एम्प्यूटेट हो जाता है, तो उनको उनके हस्बैंड्स जो हैं डाइवोर्स करके उनको छोड़ देते हैं. तो दीज आर वेरी कॉमन प्रैक्टिसेस. इनके अलावा एक और भी चैलेंज है जो कि हमारे जो लोग हैं जो लिम्ब डिफरेंसेस के साथ फील करते हैं, वो है सोसाइटल बिहेवियर टूवर्ड्स देम. क्योंकि a girl in Lahore, she got her, both arms amputated in an electrocution accident from the shoulders. She was not having her both arms from the shoulder. So she used to tell me, along with all the challenges she was facing, like she was living a miserable life, depending on others, when she used to go out in a mall, in a restaurant, in a wedding, so people used to treat her like she's not from this world, she's an alien, and she's kind of something very strange. So she used to get disappointed with the behaviors of the people. So I think we need to change this. We need to educate our children to accept these people as an equal part of our society and tell them they're no different than us and they're more empowered with us. And now, as the technology, is evoluting, and we are incorporating the latest futuristic technology in our limbs, so they will be more empowered than us. We are creating the future cyborgs. So, our limbs will get old and tired, but the limbs like this, they will be evolving with the time with more super, powers. So I think we need to educate our children, we need to educate ourselves to accept these people with all our heart. We should make them feel at home, support them, and I think this is all I want to say. And this is Hamza. And he has multiple, variants. He changes his arm with the, different get-ups. He has one arm which is like superhero theme, and this is, black axe. One is like the arm we have, it's skin color. So, they can change their arms and they are more empowered than us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aisha. I think she raised some very, very important points. A lot of things to ponder about, a lot of things to think about. And thank you, Aisha, for such a wonderful message. ये चीज़ें भी बहुत important होती to address them, to talk about them. So thank you so much for enlightening all of us. Now we have another performer, Zoha Malik, who's going to be doing poetry. And this topic is very, very close to my heart also because it's about body dysmorphia. And it's something that I also went through at some point. And so let's give it up for Zoha. Come on, guys.
Hello, everyone. I'm Zuha Malik, and this is something that I wrote back in 2019 when my body dysmorphia was at its peak and when I reached the first instance of resolution. And I think that it's important for people to understand that things like body dysmorphia are never completely resolved. There are always low times, and healing is always tricky and non-linear. So there have been several chapters, but I'm going to read out to you one chapter of these. So it's not strictly a poem, but I'd like to describe it as that all the same. It's called My Human Form. When everyone kept telling me I was skinny, I knew they were lying. What I didn't know was that I deceived even myself. Here I was, scuttling about, stuffing my face with cake and aloo ka paratha, acting like I wouldn't gain an inch. Over the last 2 months, my life has undergone a drastic change. I've been introduced to a cauldron world, a rich, delectable compound of pleasure. Imagine waking up every morning to the unadulterated scent of chai ki patti. I have mine with turmeric, cinnamon, cardamom, and fennel seeds, a magic brew that nurtures my very soul. It's usually not that I'm hungry, but I've started to frequent dhabas because of the kind of unexpected happiness they bring forth. Cows and flies and ghee-soaked bread, the barbecue grill of a scrawny young man, rows of bread loaves and tin contraptions on the surface of which our meals are warmed, tea splash trays overflowing with cups as young men and little boys rush to serve the customers. This is where dreams are made. I knew I was putting on weight. The market behind my department displays 2 gorgeous freeze stores packed to the brim with ice cream, and never once have I resisted them. I woke up every morning to look at myself in the mirror, and every morning I thought I looked great. This is a breakthrough for me, because I've stuffed my face until my stomach hurt, without having smelled or tasted a bite. I've looked into the mirror, examining the damage I've done, and tried to be compassionate. But in the complete absence of human warmth, I've stood under warm showers, perfectly clean, and crying my lungs out because I didn't know what to do with myself. I knew I was putting on weight, but I didn't step on the scales because I didn't want the pang of anxiety that came when I saw the number, the feeling of complete lack of control. This is my greatest fear, and I've been told it's a bad one. I didn't check the scales because when I binge ate after my HPA axis dysfunction and found out the scale of the damage, I began pacing up and down the room, perhaps on a subconscious level, hoping that this would turn the digits back down. It wasn't even that bad back then. I went from a scrawny skeleton at 44 kilograms to a less scrawny skeleton at 50 kilograms, but I beat myself up over it, and I emptied it all over the toilet bowl. Before I came into this cauldron world, my body was in a battle. I gained and lost those 6 kilograms in a cyclical process, and I didn't understand why it was happening. But it was 53 kilograms this time I checked, and I'm humbled. So in a copious abundance of pleasure and dirty beautiful, I learned this. I am a goddess in human form, bound by my sweat and thirst, and nurtured by hunger, not to eat, but to feel. This world is my exotic entertainment, and everything is okay.
That was so powerful, Zoha. Thank you so much. And I could relate to it on a lot of levels, and I'm sure a lot of you can also relate to it on some levels, because a lot of times body dysmorphia and all of these things, they stem from these societal norms and these gender stereotypes and the pressure to be a certain way, pressure to be that way. So it's related. We have another performance today. We have Khushbakt in the house, who will also be talking about very similar things, that the pressure which is put on women, you got to be this way, you got to be that way, इतना उठो, इतना बैठो, इतना खाओ, इतना पियो भाई, मतलब क्या हो गया यार, मतलब इंसान है हम, So let's put it up for Khushbakt, and let's see what she's got to say about all of this. So guys, Khushbakt, can I hear some noise? Awesome.
Hello. Hi. My name is Khushbakht. I prefer being called Khushu. I'm going to start with giving trigger warnings. The piece, I'm a very downer performer. I bring the whole room down. So I'm letting you know, I'm going to talk about abuse. I'm going to talk about grooming. I'm going to talk about relationship issues. I also want to define grooming because it's not a very common word. But if when you were an underage or young, if an older person, अगर जब आप छोटे होते हैं, जब अगर कोई बड़ी उम्र का आदमी औरत आपको ट्रेन करे, मैनिपुलेट करके और आपको what is the right word के आपको बोले कि आप बड़े हो गए हैं and this is how you should be, तो ये एक abuse का form है and ये मुझे 24 साल में पता चला कि ये abuse होती है और it's different than pedophilia but it's on similar lines. So yeah, so hear me out. और हाँ, एक दो swear words होंगे तो संभाल लीजिएगा because I'm angry. Part 1. Farm Fresh. It's funny how I don't remember the names of people I know socially off late. Probably due to the medication I'm on, but what happened to me when I was 17 till I turned 24 is as fresh as the farm produce at a bougie farmer's market in Karachi. Part 2, Magic Potion. 2 cups of abandonment issues mixed with 1 cup of low self-esteem in a liquid mixture of dysfunctionality gets you places, you know. Did you know putting yourself in situations where you are just flesh without a soul is self-harm too? I didn't. I thought I was being fun and adventurous. The magic potion doesn't wear off easily. Part 3, sometimes. Sometimes it all comes back. All those times when I seeked comfort in strangers like a naived little kid. Old and exploitative strangers hidden behind their screen who just played with my innocence. Their quest was to mold me into their little plaything, feeding adult fantasies while making me believe it's all me. They pinned promises all over me while their fingers were crossed behind their backs. Sometimes it all comes back, reminding me that the teenage boys weren't that great to me either. They would ogle at me in class and then later tell me not to mind it because they can't help it. I was the best friend material. I was the best friend material because fat girls are only wanted behind closed doors, not to be paraded in public, as it's embarrassing to be dating one. Sometimes it all comes back. All those times I believed that I love yous were set in stone, entrusted them with the darkest secrets which they spilled without regrets. Shared dreams and wishes, and yeah, they just stomped all over them. I ended up calling myself a wilting flower for the longest time. Sometimes it all comes back. I understand you like no one ever would. Lie. I would stay around. Lie. I would take care of you. Lie. I would never ever shame you. Lie. I would be proud of you no matter what. Lie. You're beautiful. Lie. They wanted me to believe. They meant it. They wanted me to give in. They wanted me to give up. Sometimes it all comes back that every year the battle got harder, therapy bills and prescription longer. I don't know, for the longest time I didn't know that I was in a constant battle. Fight, flight, cry, fight, flight, cry, scream. Sometimes it all comes back. Days when I would cut my thighs with stationary scissors, draw on my body lines and pretend it's a fat reduction surgery. The days all I could see in the mirror was ugliness. Years of self-loathing, years of feeling not enough, of wishing someone would invent a magic pill so I could lose weight overnight, of washing, of wishing I could disappear. It comes back when you remember you were kept as a secret, were told you are too much, were told you are a 3 on a scale of 10, and you believed it all. You believed them, you didn't question, you just accepted it. Self-love doesn't come easy in this world. Self-love sinks in after some battles are fought for years so that it stops coming back. Part 5. I'm a fort and a fetish. I sometimes play scene after scene from the underrated art movie. My life is to figure out how I could have protected myself. Things are stabler now, by the way, yeah. But I have walls so high and security always on red alert. Intruders will trespass at times and try to create a havoc, but the sirens chase them away, always. Part 6. Hey groomers, kids like me aren't too mature for our age. We're just traumatized. Postscript. I don't want to end this piece with the going gets tough and the tough gets going, or if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. It sucked. All of this did. It still hurts sometimes. It has made my life ajeebo-gharib and resilient. I have to constantly battle it out. I deserved better. This was wrong. Fuck predators. Fuck the world that enables them. I wish it was not like this. Life is an exam is a complete BS. Groomers should magically turn into ashes. Amen. Thank you.
Can we hear some more noise, guys? That was powerful. That was Khushbak dropping some truth bombs. Thank you, Khushbak. That was powerful. That was strong. It shook me up. I was choked. I'm sure a lot of you were. And it's important to have these hard conversations, you know. And she put herself out there. Massive respect to you, Khushbak. Can we please hear it up for her again? All right, now we have another performer who's going to sing for us. So let's give it up for Adil Shakil. इन्होंने हमें कुछ नहीं बताया कि वो क्या गाने वाले. He wants it to be a very big mystery and a secret. So let's see what he has in store for us. Give it up for Adil.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम. सबसे पहले तो इतनी अच्छी ऑडियंस बैठी है, मैं चाहूँगा कि एक बार अपने लिए बहुत ज़ोरदार क्लैपिंग कर लीजिए आप लोग. थैंक यू. अच्छा, व्हेन आई रीच हियर तो मैंने देखा कि यार म्यूज़िक के साथ गाना चाहिए या आप लोगों के साथ. तो आई डिसाइडेड कि मुझे आप लोगों के साथ जाना चाहिए. तो क्या आप लोग मेरा साथ देंगे? अच्छा, दूसरा ये कि गाना क्या था, तो फिर यहाँ पे यंग जनरेशन भी है, कुछ हमारे सीनियर्स भी हैं और कुछ मुझ जैसे भी हैं. तो मैंने सोचा कि सबके लिए एक एक छोटा छोटा सा पार्ट कर लिया जाए. तो सबसे पहले यंग जनरेशन के लिए, और मैं चाहूँगा कि आप लोग अगर मेरे साथ देंगे तो फिर मैं दूसरा सॉन्ग भी गा सकूँगा. सो स्टार्ट करते हैं. सबसे पहले फॉर यंग जनरेशन. गुलाबी आंखें जो तेरी देखी, शराबी ये दिल हो संभालो मुझको ओ मेरे यारो, संभलना मुश्किल हो गया। गालो यार। गुलाबी आंखें जो तेरी देखी, शराबी ये दिल हो गया। संभालो मुझको ओ मेरे यारो, संभलना मुश्किल हो गया। दिल में मेरे ख्वाब तेरे, तस्वीर जैसे हो दीवार पर। तुझ पे फिदा मैं क्यों हुआ, आता है गुस्सा मुझे प्यार पर। मैं लुट गया मान कर दिल का कहा, मैं कहीं का ना रहा। क्या करूं ओह दिलरुबा, बुरा ये जादू तेरी आंखों का, ये मेरा कातिल हो गया। गुलाबी आंखें जो तेरी देखी, शराबी ये दिल हो गया। अब फॉर हमारे सीनियर, क्योंकि उनके दौर का भी तो कुछ होना चाहिए ना। सोना न चांदी न कोई महल जाने मन, तुझको मैं दे सकूंगा। सोना न चांदी न कोई महल जाने मन, तुझको मैं दे सकूंगा। फिर भी ये वादा है तुझसे, तू जो करे प्यार मुझसे। छोटा सा घर तुझे को दूंगा, दुख सुख का साथी बनूंगा। सोना न चांदी न कोई महल जाने मन, तुझको मैं दे सकूंगा। अब एक लास्ट जो कि मेरा फेवरेट है। आसमान कहता है रब से, तूने चांद दो क्यों बनाए। आसमान कहता है रब से, तूने चांद दो क्यों बनाए। एक में रखा है दाग, दूसरा है साफ साफ। सबकी नजर उस पे जाए, वही तो है मेरी है वही तो, कि जिसको देखे देखे चांद जलता है। उसको देख के फूलों को होती है जलन, क्योंकि उसकी खुशबू में है सभी मगन। वो गुजरे दूर से हवा के शोर से, उसके आने का पता चले यहाँ सभी ये जाने। आसमान कहता है रब से, तूने चांद तो क्यों बनाए। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you so much, Adil. That was some crazy talent. Please give it up for Adil. You know, I always say that Karachi एक जगह है जहाँ पे ना you have so many kinds of people, right? Like Karachi is so multicultural. We have like Parsis, we have Christians, we have Hindus, Muslims. Like we have, like I myself, sometimes we joke कि हमारे आधे friends, like I have like Christian friends, I have Parsi friends, and you know all of my friends are like, मुसलमानों से दोस्ती नहीं करनी तुम्हें सारे अलग अलग दोस्त हैं. And that's what I like about Karachi, that we have so many different kinds of people. And right now we have a performer who is from the Christian community. and she would like to talk about, her experiences living in Karachi as a Christian girl. But usse pehle I want to ask, do we have any Christians over here in the audience? Yes, we have a handful. Nice. And do we have any Hindus here? Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. This is Karachi. I love that. And I really think Karachi is very accepting. Like we have so many different kinds of people, and we meet all of these people, and like I just love this city. The energy and everything. मुझे ये बताएं कि where is Emerald? I can't see her. Is she? Where is? Okay, she's right here. All right. So she will talk about her experiences about living in Karachi, her worldview, and let's hear it from Emerald, guys. Give it up for Emerald.
Am I audible? Yes. Okay, so my name is Emerald Melissa Anthony, and I have grown up in Karachi. And there's something that I wanted to ask everybody. How many of you have Christian friends? Okay, that's a handful of people. Nice. So I am a South Indian by origin. My ancestral family comes from Pondicherry in India. And not a lot of people over here speak Tamil, but we do have a handful of Madrasi-speaking community in the Christian community in Pakistan. And that's something that I wanted to raise awareness about today, because while I was talking to people at this platform and a lot of platforms across Karachi and Pakistan, I realized people don't really know that we exist. So we do exist, where there are Konkani-speaking people, which is the Goan community. We have an Anglo-Indian community, and we have a Tamil-speaking community, which is where I come from. And people have a very misconception of the Christians, ke sirf Punjabi Christians hote hain majorly, but that's not true. And one of my cousins who has also worked with Amtul, Mikhail, is also from the same community that I'm coming from, the Tamil-speaking community. Now, what I wanted to talk about was that it's okay to have diversity, which is what Amtul was saying, that Karachi is very accepting, but I've also studied for 4 years in Lahore. I did my university from UMT Lahore. And while I was there, I experienced things. And the first thing that my mother told me while I was moving to Lahore was, please don't get into religious conversations because tum pe blasphemy ke cases lag jayenge. And that's something that I feel very, very sad about, because what if I was to raise a question on your religion? That's blasphemy. But when you tell me कि तुम्हारी बाइबल में इस वाले प्रॉफिट का नाम क्यों नहीं लिखा हुआ और तुम्हारी बाइबल में हज़रत ईसा के बारे में ये बात क्यों लिखी हुई है, I'm not answerable for that, because I have my own faith and following. There's a very good reason why the Christians went aside and why the Muslims went aside. So why question my faith is one of my biggest concerns. Like, आप अपनी करो ना, and हमें अपनी करने दो. I don't understand the whole तोलना, सही है. And then another thing I wanted to talk about was my culture and how I dress. So I can wear this. I also wear short dresses being in Karachi. I wear skirt blouses. I wear tan tops. I wear halter neck. I wear everything, but only within my own community restraints. We do have, so this hall where you're sitting, we usually have summer festivals. We have dances over here, which are organized by the Christian community. By our DJs and our event organizers, and उसमें आपको हर किस्म के कपड़े पहने हुए लोग नजर आएंगे. We also drink alcohol, of course, because we do not have any restrictions on that, and people judge us for that. भाई नहीं है ना हम पे restrictions, so we can. It's our culture, we do it, but it's not something that's religious. It's just culture. It's culture because my culture is both things. I can do Western things as well because I'm not restricted. I can do Eastern things as well because I've grown up in Karachi. So I can wear a shalwar kameez. I also wear a sari because I'm a Madrasi. And we usually wear saris after engagements. That's a thing in our culture. But I can also wear shalwar kameezes. I can also wear pant shirts. And I don't think anybody gets to define that for me or judge me कि तुम ऐसे क्यों निकलती हो because you're living in this society. Well, I'm not just restricted to the society. I have a personality and an identity of my own, right? Another thing that I wanted to talk about was that my parents are also equally Eastern and equally Western because they're also scared that you're living in the society. So मुझे पता है, if I'm going to Zainab Market, I'm not going to dress up in a skirt and a skirt blouse or a dress. I'll properly wear a shalwar kameez, I'll cover myself. But if I'm going to some place where I know I can do that, I would obviously do that because I want to, because this is what I like doing. So I feel like we're so second class in this country, that we're second class citizens, of course, because हम ईस्टर्न लोगों के लिए बहुत वेस्टर्न हैं और हम वेस्टर्न लोगों के लिए बहुत ईस्टर्न हैं. And the reason I say this is because I went to the US for a semester exchange program, and the first thing they asked me when I went there, and I was sitting for a Bible study session, and they were like, also minorities बहुत oppressed होती हैं ना पाकिस्तान में. And I didn't really have a yes to that answer, was because I know I come from a privileged background in the minority. There are minorities who are oppressed in Pakistan, but I haven't been oppressed, and I like living in Pakistan. I like my life over here in Karachi because I get to do things my way. I earn a very good salary. Being a woman in Karachi, I'm in a very good professional sphere. People respect me in my workspace. I can drive around in Karachi at 4 a.m. in the night with my siblings, with my cousins, and I have a very reasonably good life over here. So I feel like those stereotypes need to be really removed. And I would really encourage you guys to accept us for who we are and make more diverse friends. In my own circle, I have a Bori, I have a Aga Khani, I have a Parsi friend, I have a Maiman friend, and I myself am a Christian. So I really, really feel like you guys need to go out there and have like a bunch of friends and get to know our culture and our existence in this city. Thank you.
Thank you, Emerald. Thank you so much for talking your heart out, talking about your identity, because I feel like identity is never one-dimensional. Like I could relate to it at so many levels, because you are from Karachi, then you're a woman, then aapka religion kya hai, aapki socio-economic class hai. Like I think all of us have so many layers, right? And that only adds to your character. So hats off to you, Emerald, for taking all of these layers of your identity along with you and becoming such a beautiful woman that you are today. And she is right, guys. Have diverse friends. As I mentioned before, even I have Parsi friends, Christian friends, Khani, Bori, and that only opens your eyes and your mind that how beautiful people are and how much Karachi has to offer. So thank you, Emerald, for that. I loved your piece. Okay, now we have Hina and Maseem. So they're going to do a duo. Two of these people are going to do slam poetry together, and it's very interesting. It's about love, but not your typical love, flowery and rainbows and butterflies and unicorns. No, they're going to talk about the reality of love, what actually happens. So let's give it up for Hina and Meesam. Can I hear some noise?
Hello everyone. So we are both like big fans of slam poetry, and the piece that we're gonna perform today is called When Love Arrives by Sarah and Phil K. I knew exactly what love looked like in 7th grade. Even though I hadn't met love yet, if love had wandered into my homeroom, I would have recognized him at first glance. Love wore a hemp necklace.
I would have recognized her at first glance. Love wore a tight French braid.
Love played acoustic guitar and knew all of my favorite Beatles songs.
Love wasn't afraid to ride the bus with me.
And I knew I just must be checking the wrong classrooms.
Just must be searching the wrong hallways. She was there. I was sure of it.
If only I could find him.
But when love finally showed up, she had a bowl cut.
He wore the same clothes every day for a week.
Love hated the bus.
Love didn't know anything about the Beatles. Instead,
every time I tried to kiss love, our teeth got in the way.
Love became the reason I lied to my parents.
I'm going to Ben's house.
Love had terrible rhythm on the dance floor, but made sure that we never missed a slow song.
Love waited by the phone because she knew if her father picked up, it would be...
Hello. Hello?
Oh my God.
I guess they hung up.
And love grew.
Love stretched like a trampoline.
Love changed.
Love disappeared. Slowly, like baby teeth. losing parts of me that I thought I needed.
Love vanished like an amateur magician. Everybody could see the trapdoor but me.
Like a flat tire. There were other places I had planned on going, but
But
my
my
plans
plans
didn't
didn't
matter.
matter.
Love stayed away for years. And when love finally reappeared, I barely recognized him.
her. Love smelled different now, had darker eyes.
A broader back. Love came with freckles I didn't recognize.
New birthmarks, a softer voice.
There were new sleeping patterns.
New favorite books.
Love had songs that reminded him of someone else.
Songs love didn't like to listen to.
So did I.
But we found a park bench that fits us perfectly.
We found jokes that make us laugh.
And now love makes me fresh homemade chocolate chip cookies.
But love will probably finish most of them for a midnight snack.
Love looks great in lingerie, but she still likes to wear her retainer.
Love is a terrible driver, but a great navigator.
Love knows where she's going. It just might take her 2 hours longer than expected.
Love is messier now.
Not as simple.
Love uses the word boobs in front of my parents.
Love chews too loudly.
Love leaves the cap of the toothpaste.
Love uses smiley faces in her text messages.
And turns out,
Love
shits. But love also cries and will tell you, you are beautiful,
And mean it.
over and over again.
You are beautiful.
When you just wake up,
You are beautiful.
when you've just been crying,
You are beautiful.
when you don't want to hear it,
You are beautiful.
when you don't even believe it.
You are beautiful.
Love still thinks, you are beautiful.
But love is not perfect and will sometimes forget.
When you need to hear it the most,
You
are
are
beautiful.
beautiful.
Do not forget this.
Love is not who you were expecting. Love is not what you can predict.
Maybe love is in New York City, already asleep. You are in California, India, Australia, wide awake. Maybe love is always in the wrong time zone.
Maybe love is not ready for you. Maybe you are not ready for love.
Maybe love just isn't the marrying type.
Maybe the next time you see love is 20 years after divorce. Love looks older now, but just as beautiful as you remember.
Maybe love is only there for 1 month.
Maybe love is there for every firework, every birthday party, every hospital visit.
Maybe love stays.
Maybe love can't.
Maybe love shouldn't.
Love arrives exactly when love is supposed to.
And
And love leaves exactly when love must.
when love arrives, say, welcome. Make yourself comfortable.
If love leaves,
Ask him to leave the door open behind him. Turn off the music. Listen to the quiet.
whisper.
Thank you for stopping by.
That was so sweet. That was so nicely done, guys. Please, can I hear some more noise for them? That was so nicely done. Loved it and enjoyed it to every tiny bits of it. Thank you so much, guys. Now we have Cheyenne coming up, who would like to shed some light on ADHD. You know, we had Aisha coming up who spoke about differently abled people, special abilities, and now we have Cheyenne who's going to talk about some other issues like, you know, how people don't recognize when people have some mental, like when, you know, like how people don't know about mental health awareness, people don't give that much importance to it, people are misinformed, people don't go to therapy. There's so many things we're still struggling with as a society, we're still learning, and Cheyenne would like to talk about all of these things. So Cheyenne, over to you.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Cheyenne, not a guy, don't get it confused. And today I'll be talking about ADHD, which is something that I've been working with recently as someone who has, I'm 22 years old, so it took me 22 years of age to realize that this is something that I could possibly have, right? So I'm seeing like a psychiatrist for it, I'll be very honest. But the reason why ADHD took me so long to identify in myself was because generally when we think of ADHD, we think of young boys, right? So we think of boys who are hyperactive, and yes, that is generally how ADHD does manifest in boys, but ADHD or a lot of other neurodiverse conditions, they do have a gender premise through which we need to consider them. So the thing is that when, like I said, when you think of ADHD, you think of this super hyperactive boy. But in girls, did you know that it manifests differently? So again, the research gap was that back in the 20th century, all the research on ADHD was done on young boys. So you only got data sets for one gender, right? So girls in that process were unfortunately neglected. और अभी जाके we've done research to see कि अच्छा लड़कियों में भी ये चीज़ हो सकती है. It just presents itself differently. So over here we're talking about gender inclusivity, basically. So like, sorry, we're a bit short on time. So yeah, that's the thing, right? So like if someone you know ever comes up to you and they're like, oh, I think I have ADHD, please try to understand that the gender also affects the behavior, right? So try to like be inclusive and allow them a chance to express their concerns so that you can learn about whether or not they really do have it and support them on their journey. So I can only speak about the ADHD experience, but I know that, for example, in autism and other things, the same gender wala problem, it does affect. And as girls, generally speaking, we are expected to be quite neat, organized, not messy at all, and all of these are things that I've severely struggled with, especially because ADHD gives you things like time blindness, and you know, I do get quite hyper, but just in my mind. But you know, like, so if I'm writing something, I'll write the second letter instead of the first because I forgot to write the first letter, और मेरा दिमाग इतना तेज चल रहा है कि I forgot कि, you know, like first letter भी होता है. So that's an ADHD thing. But again, you know, all of this just ended up making my writing look really messy. And people would, you know, like when I was in nurseries, junior school, people would be like, oh my God, you're like a girl, your handwriting should be neater, your room should be cleaner. But God help me because I can't help myself. You know, so again, ADHD, gender, inclusivity, diversity. Thank you for listening to me, and just keep these things in mind for next time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ayan, for shedding light on such important matters and speaking your heart out. Thank you so much. Guys, once again, I would tell you guys, it takes a lot of courage to come here and talk your heart out, express yourselves. So all the participants who came here today, I have massive respect for you, and you know, I am so proud of each and every one of you. So now we have one last performer who is Shumaila Razak, and she has a ghazal for us. So give it up for Shumaila!
बिछड़े अभी तो हम बस कल परसों जीऊंगी मैं कैसे इस हाल में बरसों मौत ना आई तेरी क्यों आई हाय लंबी जुदाई 4 दिना दा प्यार ओ रब्बा बड़ी लंबी जुदाई लंबी जुदाई टूटे जमाने तेरे हाथ निगोड़े जिनसे दिलों के तूने शीशे तोड़े हिजर की ऊंची दीवार बनाई हाय लंबी जुदाई 4 दिना दा
प्यारे ओ रब्बा बड़ी लंबी जुदाई, लंबी जुदाई, लंबी जुदाई. Thank you so much, Shamaila. That was beautiful. And thank you guys for being a wonderful audience. I don't know why I have two mics. But again, everybody who came out here, first of all, thank you to the audience and thank you to the participants. Again, I would say it takes a lot of courage to come up here, express yourselves, sing your heart out, talk your heart out, whatever it is. So I really appreciate and respect each one of you. So thank you so much. Thank you, that's so sweet. Thank you so much to come into our open mic and for coming to Ral Mil. Thank you guys, and that's it from my side. Thank you.